DJ, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good. So what's it been like so far stepping in and snapping the ball?
Ever since Missouri, it was really like the first time I actually got a lot of playing time for real, going from a number 2 spot, 2 to 3 spot, and then getting thrown in Missouri. It's been fun. I had a lot of learning to do in the couple first 3 practices, but I'm just trying to step up in the Charles place and help be a leader and basically just step up and get that Jordan role.
How is it going with Nuss and the two you getting your chemistry right there?
Our chemistry was there because in practice last year every day he was the 2 quarterback and I was the 2 center. So it wasn't like a huge jump because I was practicing with him almost every day, in and out practicing.
What's it been like working with Coach Davis over the last couple seasons you've been here? And then what did Charles teach you whenever it was time to step up and take that spot?
Basically, Charles just taught me at the center position, you got to lead, you got to communicate, you got to be the voice, and that's what I've been trying to do the whole spring. That's been my biggest learning curve so far. And then Coach Davis, he's a great coach. I love him. We were talking about going over to his house for we were talking about getting ribs at his house. He's a great dude, awesome coach. I love him.
BK said this weekend you've been focusing a lot on installing the run game when it comes to the offense after losing Jaden. Where do you feel like this offense is with the run game after losing the person who rushed for half your yards last year?
I feel like we're in a good spot. Being 8 practices in, we still got a lot of work to do. And it starts with the O-line because we are the voice, we are the energy of the team. So it really just starts with us. We got to put our head down and really focus on it.
Nuss kind of told us that he's a lot more athletic than a lot of people think, and he can run the ball to himself. What have you seen from him in that area so far?
Nuss is a great quarterback. He's going to be really good, and he is more athletic than a lot of people think. And he's going to prove that to y'all in spring and in the season.
And then this offensive line last year was one of the best in the country, up for the Joe Moore Award. How are you guys as a unit trying to build on top of that going into this year, obviously with the offense looking a little bit different?
Going into this year, we really – every day, so in the weight room, we have the Jordan Moore on every rack on the offensive line. So every time we lift, every time we do something, we're imagining that we finna go get it. And losing to Jordan Moore last year really hurt us. It really stung us. So that's why we really want to go get it and prove to everybody out there that we deserved it last year. So that's why we're going to go get it this year.
Coach Kelly talked about going into Will Campbell and Emory Jones' 3rd year, how they can move them around a little bit more and make the run game a little more diverse. Are you looking forward to seeing that too this year?
Yes, sir. Whatever Coach Sloan and Coach Kelly want to put in, we're ready for it. And I'm just here. Whatever he say go do, I'm going to execute to the best of my abilities.
Chris Hilton up here, we talked to him. He doesn't talk a whole lot. I'm sure you know he's kind of a quiet guy. Yeah. So maybe you can tell us about Chris a little bit and what he can do this year as a veteran receiver on that team.
Chris is going to surprise y'all a lot. Me and Chris and Rick been in the lab a lot, working on me snapping and throws. Chris is the fastest on the team right now, and Chris will improve a whole bunch of people wrong this year just by how diverse he is with his hands. He can catch the ball and he can go jump up and catch it.
You said you've had a little bit of a learning curve so far this spring. What do you think that you've learned most? How have you seen your game grow? And also the offense is trying to find its identity, as we've heard pretty much all spring. So where do you think you guys are at with that as a whole?
I feel like we're in a good spot being 8 practices in, but we still have a lot of work to do. And I'm just trying to be a leader, go into the leading position, having Emory and Will, who are played since freshmen, and I played a little bit last year, but not a ton. I just got to go and really learn from Charles and them two and basically just feed off of them and just help the O-line.
Refresh my memory, how much did you play in the bowl game?
I didn't play in the bowl game.
Didn't play it? Okay. What did you see out of Chris in that game? It seems like Chris Hilton made some big plays in that game that kind of showed, okay, when he's healthy and when he's right, he can do these things.
I saw a lot, but I've seen a lot from Chris from practice and all the time. He's like all the work he's put in. But the bowl game was just a glimpse of what y'all gonna see from Chris this year. It's only up for Chris.
There's obviously a lot of changes to the running back room as well. Just the running backs that you guys do have, what have you seen from them and how hard have they been working and where do you think that could go, going into this season?
it's gonna go a long way. Those are my guys. I love them boys, from Josh to Caleb, even down to Malachi. Caleb's a hard runner, Josh a hard runner. We're gonna run down the field and we're gonna get yards. And that's the emphasis for this year, is running the ball. We got to go run, and it starts with us.